All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Happy Earth Day. We're so excited to be flowing with you guys on this special day. And to honor Mama Earth, we are going to be moving through a grounding slow flow. So we're super excited to be with you here. And even if it's not Earth Day, if you're watching the replay, we can honor Mama Earth every single day.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy to be here with you all.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. So let's start in a child's pose. Why don't we?
Let's do it.
Okay, so you can take a wide knee child's pose or keep the knees together, whichever feels best in your body. Sink the hips back and just relax the entire torso down with the arms forward and the forehead on the mat. And take a few moments to fully arrive here. Tap into the breath. Feel the body rise and expand on the inhales. And soften on the exhales. Feel Mama Earth underneath of us, holding us up strong as we just melt into her. Check in with the physical body, the emotional body, your energy level. Just notice. And please take responsibility for your practice, for your safety. Check in with your body and meet it where it's at. And we'll take one more deep breath in here. Exhale and come up into your tabletop pose, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And we'll move into some cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward, heart shines forward. And exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, belly to spine, press the ground away. Inhale back to your cow. And exhale, cat. And continue this on your own breath. Beginning to connect with the breath. Connect with the spine, warming it up in these flexions and extensions. It's so important to move our spine in all directions every single day to keep it supple and healthy. And just a few more here. And then find your neutral tabletop. Then reach that right arm up to the sky. And then exhale, thread the needle, right shoulder and ear to the mat. The right palm is facing to the sky. And shift your hips so they're even. You may need to shift the hips over to the right a bit. And breathe into the upper back. The left hand can be planted next to the face, forward, or take a bind. Reaching the left hand up, flip the palm, bend the elbow, and tuck the hand in the hip. And breathe. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, slowly unwind. Plant the left hand down, reach that right arm up, take an extra breath. And then exhale, release, tabletop. Other side, left arm reaches up. And then exhale, thread the needle. Left shoulder and ear to the ground. The left palm is facing up. The right hand can be next to the face, forward, or take that half bind. Where you reach the hand up, flip the palm, bend the elbow, and tuck the hand into the hip. And breathe here. Let this feel good. Notice the points of the body that are connected to the ground. See if you can just become a little heavier. Melt a little more. Last breath here. Slowly unwind. Plant the right hand into the ground. Left arm reaches up. And then exhale, release back to your tabletop position. Come up onto the knees. I'm going to turn to face you. Moving into a gate pose. So stretch that right leg out to the side, planting the foot down so the toes are facing forward. Hands come to hips. And then shift that left hip forward a little bit. Knit the ribs in together and drop the shoulders down. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up and over to the right. Side body stretch. Keep pressing that left hip forward and feel that long line of energy from the left knee all the way through the left fingers, maybe gazing up. Breathe. And then exhale, come through center, then plant that left hand on the ground, right arm reaches up and over to the left. Another side body stretch. Now feel that long line of energy from the right ankle all the way through the right fingers. Gaze up. See if you can get a little bit longer. And then exhale, come through center. Release, and we'll move into the other side. Left foot plants out next to you with the toes facing forward. Take your hands to your hips for a bit. Press that right hip forward. Draw the ribs in together. Draw the belly to the spine. And then reach both arms up. Left hand comes down, right arm up and over to the left. And breathe here. See if you can feel extra space in between each of the ribs on the right side. Last breath in. And then exhale, come through center. Plant the right hand down. Left arm reaches up and over to the right. Breathe here. The entire left side of the body. See if you can get a little longer. Feel a little stronger. Last breath here. And then inhale, come up through center. Place both knees on the ground and then stand up. And we'll move into some standing postures. So we'll inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. I'm going to come over and tilt my screen. There we go. Reach both arms up to the sky, clasp the fingers and release the index finger. This is Kali Mudra. And then drop the shoulders down and take tick-tock side to side. You can take your feet wide like Shannon is, a nice strong stance, very feminine and motherly. And you can take circles on the ceiling if you like. Feeling into any tightness, pops or cracks, breathing into it, knowing we're keeping our spine healthy and young. The yogis say we're only as young as our spine is flexible and supple. So take this motion every morning when you wake up, and then live a happy, healthy life. And then when you're done with all of that, come through neutral. And then take a forward fold, keeping that stance nice and wide. Catch the elbows, rock side to side. Completely release the head and the neck, shaking it. Yes, please, and no bad vibes. Maybe rock side to side. Take a few breaths here. If you'd like to visualize any strong emotions or thought patterns that no longer serve you, just flowing out of your head, letting Mother Earth absorb them and transform them. And then inhale, halfway lift. Find a long spine and a flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down to the feet to rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Let's take a sun cell A together. So inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe take a slight back bend, reaching the heart up to the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back plank. You can always drop the knees in the plank. And take a moment to shift the weight forward and back just an inch, warming up the wrists and the ankles. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes and take a moment to press weight into the tops of the feet and the pelvis. Draw the belly to the spine and then come up into your cobra. Shining the heart forward, drop the shoulders away from the ears and take a few breaths here. See if you can stay where you're at, but hover the hands. And this is where the weight in the legs and the pelvis really help you out here. And then exhale, release forehead to the mat, tuck the toes, press back plank, and downward facing dog. And take a few moments to walk the dog out here. Dropping one heel and then the other. Maybe shifting the weight side to side or taking a deep bend in the knees. Take what you need. And then find stillness. 3 more breaths here. Press into all 10 fingers into the finger pads so we relieve weight from the wrists. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and reach that tailbone up to the sky. You can take a slight bend in the knees and reach the heels towards the ground. And then travel to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Take a moment to reconnect. And we're gonna move into a tree pose to continue to honor Mama Earth. So come to stand in the center of your mat or wherever you'd like. If you'd like to be by a wall or a chair for extra balance, that may serve. Hands come to the hips, kickstand the right foot, turn it out, and plant weight into the left leg. Stay here or draw the right foot up the leg on the calf or on the upper thigh. Hands come to heart center, and then squeeze everything into the midline. So think about pressing the right foot into the left leg into the right foot, the belly buttons drawing to the spine, collarbone spread wide, and then grow your branches. Find your variation, your expression of this pose. Make something up, do something fun. Here we honor Mother Earth as we plant that left foot into the ground, visualize growing roots, and then drawing the energy up the body, out of the crown of the head, to the sky. Smile, and release, moving slowly just as you came into it. Other side, left foot kickstands, turns out, makes the way up the leg. Hands come back to heart center, and then intentionally squeeze everything into the midline. So the left foot presses against the right leg back into the left foot, belly's drawing to the spine, collarbones wide. Find your gaze, your drishti, that one point of focus, and then grow your branches, find your expression. It can be the same expression or something different. Continuing to visualize roots growing from your foot into the ground. Rising up, standing strong and tall. And exhale, release. Coming back to your mountain pose.
Inhale, lifting the arms up to the sky. Hinging from the hips, forward fold. Coming down to the earth. Rising up through your halfway lift. And then step it back. Arriving in your plank. And now taking your flow. From downward facing dog, lifting the right leg up towards the sky. Bending and flexing the toes. Inhale here, and then exhale, crunch it in, knee comes to nose. Pause here. And then step it through, runner's lunge. Shift the weight back and forth to find your center. Aligning the hips. And then lowering the left knee down onto the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Drawing that right hip back just a tad. Left hip drawing forward. You can even bring your hands onto the hips if that helps support. Connecting with the breath as you connect with the earth that's supporting you. Noticing the foundation that you feel in all four corners of your right foot. The earth beneath your left leg. And taking any arm variation that may serve you in this moment. Drawing the belly button to spine and opening the heart by taking a baby back bend. Taking eagle arms to help release any tension in the shoulders. Taking what you need. And then grounding by drawing both palms to frame the right foot. And then we'll move into a lizard pose. So heel toeing your right foot a few steps out to the right. Palms come on the inside of the right foot. And just allowing the hips to sink here. You can lower all the way down onto your forearms, onto blocks if you have that available. Another option is to come onto the knife edge of your right foot and gently massage the thigh away, helping to open up the hip. Feeling connected, grounded, and supported by the earth beneath you that exists within any foundation that you currently find yourself on. Taking a few more deep breaths here. If you'd like to grab on to the left foot and that's in your practice, you're welcome to do so now. Or continuing just to breathe here. Allowing the body to take shape. Last few rounds of breath, finding your way back to that runner's lunge that we began with. Tucking the left toe and stepping directly back into your three-legged downward facing dog with the right leg lifted. Taking one more deep breath here. See if you can create just a little bit more space. And then slowly lower it down onto the mat. Coming onto the other side, rise the left leg high up to the sky. Pointing and flexing the toes. Massaging the joints. And then on the exhale, drawing knee to nose, pause here. Stepping it through. Shift the weight back and forth, find your center. And then this time lowering the right knee onto the mat, untucking the right toes. Deep breath, rise up. Closing the eyes can be a wonderful way to help bring the external internal, or even softening the gaze. Taking the same arm variation that you did on the other side, or maybe if you feel creative, taking a different one and trying something new. This time tuning into all four corners of your left foot. Feel the earth beneath you. Breathing in its nourishing energy as that left hip draws back and your right leg helps to draw that right hip forward. A few more cycles of breath here. And then when you're ready, grounding the palms on the inside of your left foot, heel toeing it out, coming into your lizard lunge. Again, with the arms straight, coming down onto blocks or all the way down onto the forearms. Experimenting with what it feels like to come on the knife edge of your left foot. And gently massaging that inner thigh away. If you'd like to reach back and grab on to the right foot, I invite you to do so now. If not, continuing to allow the body to take shape in a way that feels right for you. Offering yourself a smile, changing the frequency of your thoughts around this pose. And then over the next 3 rounds of breath, coming back to a neutral tabletop pose. I'll meet you there. Taking a few rounds of cat-cow to find ease in the body. And then lowering all the way down onto the belly. We'll move into Sphinx pose. So creating a 90-degree angle with both of our arms. Forearms are firmly grounded onto the earth. Feeling the shoulders draw back as the heart lifts up. Tuning into the support of the intimate connection that you feel with the ground right now. Breathing into that space of feeling grounded. And supported. Rolling on to the back. Hugging the knees in. Extend your left foot out, drawing the right knee close into your heart space. And then taking it over to the left, coming into your supine twist. Can be a wonderful option to put a block or a blanket underneath your knee. Inhale, coming back through center. Extending the right leg out as you draw the left knee in. Drawing it close to your heart space before bringing it to the right side. If you can, grounding down through either the knee or the shoulder. Not forcing anything. Allowing the body to intuitively guide you. If it feels good for you, you can reach those left fingertips closer to the wall in front of you. See how that feels. You can bring that left arm above your head, reaching it towards the wall in front of you. Exhale, coming back through center. Hugging both knees in, grabbing onto opposite elbows. Give yourself one big I love you squeeze. Moving into happy baby as our final pose together. We're taking any additional movements that you may need. You're with me. Your ankles are stacking directly on top of your knees. And you're drawing them closer to the earth. Eyes are closed, our gaze is looking directly up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Shavasana. Our final resting pose. Keeping the attention on the breath. We're tuning into the connection of the foundation, the earth, the grounding energy of our Mother Earth beneath us, above us, and all around us. Softening the hands, the face, the shoulders, the hips, the legs, allowing the toes to flop out, fully present, fully here. I invite you to continue to stay in this pose or to slowly, mindfully move up to a comfortable seated position as we close class today with a poem. This poem is titled Ground, very fitting for Earth Day. Ground is what lies beneath our feet. It is the place where we already stand, a state of recognition, the place or the circumstances to which we belong, whether we wish to or not. It is what holds and supports us, but also what we do not want to be true. It is what challenges us physically or psychologically, irrespective of our hope for needs. It is the living underlying foundation that tells us who we are, what season we are in, and what, no matter what, we wish in the abstract. It is about to happen in our body, in our world, or in the conversation between the two. To come to ground is to find home in circumstances and in the very physical body we inhabit in the midst of those circumstances. And above all, to face the truth, no matter how difficult that truth may be. To come to ground is to begin the courageous conversation, to step into difficulty, and by taking that first step, begin the movement through all the difficulties, to find the support and the foundation that has been beneath our feet all along, a place to step onto, a place on which to stand, and a place from which to step. We close with that poem because our Mother Earth is something that's so important to us. And it's through yoga and the practices of yoga that we learn on and off the mat the importance of taking care and to doing the least amount of harm to our mind, our bodies, and our earth. And the understanding that's a practice of tending to and taking care of it every single day. So with that, inhaling with one deep breath. Exhale, draw the palms to heart center. Namaste. And you can always find practices for anything plant-based, for living more mindfully and intentionally. It's something that Jade and I are super passionate about and will continue to share.
Thank you all. Have a beautiful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, life, and continue to honor Mama Earth.
Happy Earth Day.